For me, the earliest memory of sharing a gaming experience with a younger sibling was that of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3. Now, Sonic was a game all about speed and precision. At least that's how it was advertised. So you wouldn't want to have any outside distractions holding you back. You see, you would play as Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails was your sidekick, who would follow you around the game just like a younger sibling would. Now, the great thing about Tails was not only was he playable, but he was also invincible, making Tails a perfect character for the unexperienced to play as. Unless, of course, he needed the air bubble and underwater level, then he was still that too. But that's a small price to pay to have a overall enjoyable experience with a younger sibling. Now, why is this game so good for playing with inexperienced players? Well, first off, the controls. You run and jump. Sure, you could charge up and fly later, but you only really needed the first two to be able to play the game as Tails. Secondly, your objective was simple. Just follow Sonic. And if you got lost, then the game would just bring you back to Sonic. Third, there were handicaps to help assist unexperienced players. In this case, you were invincible, and your actions could only help Sonic. And lastly, it was enjoyable. These four criteria I used to compile my list of multiplayer games that are fun to play together no matter what your skill set is. Now, these are multiplayer games I recommend for introducing new gamers to the world of gaming. They all share simple and straightforward controls with a quick sense of a reward. I have found that most of these games are also be found in the arcade, which makes sense since arcade games are designed to be picked up quickly and get you into the action fast, and to have rewarding challenges. I have grouped these into 5 different categories: shooters, rhythm, adventure, fighters, and minigames. Shooters. First and third person games have become more and more complex over the years, creating a steep learning curve. Remember, the person you are teaching is playing games for the first time. Help them learn how to control one joystick before 2. This is why I picked 2 games that have shooting mechanics but are not your traditional shooter. In fact, one of them is a platformer, starring everyone's favorite plumber. That's right, the Super Mario Galaxy series, where player 1 controls Mario and player 2 controls a star on the screen that you can collect coins and stars as well as shoot those collected stars to disable enemies for Mario. Player 2, you're the real star of Mario Galaxy. Too bad Mario never appreciates you, just like Luigi. The other shooter we have is Sin and Punishment. This is a point-and-shoot on-rails shooter where player number 2 controls a gun with unlimited ammo, so you can shoot whatever you want to your little heart's content. Their focus is on one thing, which is shooting the bad guys, without having to worry about being shot themselves or directing the character on the screen. Which brings me to my next area, rhythm and dance games. These are your DDRs, Just Dance, Guitar Hero, and Rock Band style games. Just Dance. Your body is a controller. Just follow the characters, move it on the screen. Dance Dance Revolution. You stand on a dance pad, and you follow the directions on the screen. Then we have Rock Band and Guitar Hero, where you can have someone play on easy, where they can just button smash and keep up with the rest of the band, like Ringo. Depending on their skill level, that may or may not make your performance more challenging to complete. And if push comes to shove, you can always disconnect their instrument so you can still be playing, and it won't affect the end outcome of the game, and they'll still feel like part of the band. Remember, a family that rocks together stays together. Adventure games, which combine puzzle solving and platforming. The LEGO games represents this category the best. Does your significant other like Harry Potter? Well, we got a game for that. Lord of the Rings? We have that too. Star Wars? Which episode do you want to play? We also have superheroes, pirates, Jurassic Park, Doctor Who, A-Team, Ghostbusters, the list goes on and on. They are simple puzzle games that follow their source material pretty faithfully, where you can enjoy playing a game with someone not as good as you are, and they can enjoy exploring their favorite world. And you don't have to worry about them dying for the most part. You would think that the new Super Mario Bros. Would be included on this list, but it's up to you if you really want to give it a shot. I think it's a little more complex for on the platformer side. It's a fun game, and it's something that they could learn off from, but I would start with something more basic first. Next we have on our list fighting games. These are a step up from the LEGO games in complexity and depth. We have Castle Crashers, which is like LEGO with simple mechanics and gameplay features that are easy to learn, making both of these great first games to introduce someone to who is unfamiliar to video games. Castle Crashers is a side-scrolling equivalent to the LEGO games. It introduces basic combos and RPG elements in this beat-em-up classic with epic music and art style. Scott Pilgrim, which is similar to Castle Crashers, but with more nostalgic classic arcade slide-scrolling beat-em-up style with less RPG action. Soul Calibur series. This classic arcade fighter has a great balance of gameplay for both experienced and non-experienced players. With responsive controls and straightforward combos, this fighter has multiple different characters for various fighting styles that you are sure to find someone that fits your gameplay style and set skill. Our last category is that of minigames, games where duration of playtime isn't an obstacle in having fun. Motion control games, Wii Sports and Kinect Sports. Both of these games are really just minigames that highlight different aspects of a sport. Bowling, you just need to swing your arm or release the ball. Remember to hang on to the controller. Like real bowling, except for just going through the motions, literally. You also have tennis, golf, and baseball, all basically the same controls. Then with your lower body, you have skiing, football, running, jumping, and dancing. These minigames have straightforward controls, which can be picked up quickly with real-world familiarity. Mario sports games. You've got baseball, football, tennis, basketball, and more. These watered-down versions of real sports with a twist of Nintendo charm. Like with the LEGO games, just pick a theme and have fun with their multiplayer experience, with simple controls and lighthearted humor. Mario Kart, the only racing game on this list, but one of the best racing series to date. Another Nintendo game with straightforward controls and charm, where you race with specialized items competing against one another. The game balances out handicaps by giving racers further behind better items to help assist them in catching up with the head of the pack, while those in the lead will have more defensive items, or coins. The Mario Party series. Start off with Common Ground. If you've never played a video game, there's still a good chance that you've at least played a board game, and that's just what Mario Party is, a giant electronic board game with several basic minigames. Minigames with simple, straightforward controls, which will help lay the foundation for more complex controls later. I feel that the Mario Party series is an all-in-one package for teaching new gamers all video game mechanics. It has a relatively fair balance of skill and chance that should make for an enjoyable time for both parties. So, that's my list of games I recommend to start with an unexperienced player with. What are your thoughts? What games would you have included? Share in the comments.